Hey everyone, Swarm King here, king of all swarms, king of all swarm catchers. I gotta move fast because I don't know how much time I have on my memory. But I want to transfer this nuke, oh my god, into an 8-frame box and tell you a cool little story about how I got these bees. A couple weeks ago, in case you never heard about it yet, we had a meetup out in Oklahoma. There's really no videos about it anywhere on YouTube. You'd probably, this is probably the first time you're hearing about it. But I knew that the very first day after I got there, some of my bees were going to swarm. And that's exactly what happened. And the property owner where I had the bees, called me freaking out. I had to say, hey man, I'm in Oklahoma right now, I can't do nothing. But, so I thought of my buddy Jason over at Hickory Hives YouTube channel. And I said, hey man, can you help me out with this swarm that took off out of my bees? He said, yeah, no problem. He went over and got them. And I was telling him, I was telling him, hey, you're gonna have some good bees there, man. These are like some really good bees. Never been treated in the 3 years I had them at that location. Big swarm. And he goes and catches them for me. Well, catches them. And I didn't know they were for me yet. And then he tells me, they'll be waiting for you when you get home. So I was pretty stoked about that, man. I was totally prepared for him to have my bees. This nuke here is the heaviest nuke I've ever picked up in my life. It probably weighs like 55 pounds. It's so heavy. So they have no room in this thing. Can't really see it. Let me tilt it down a little bit. Yeah, you can't see the bees on the top. Oh, I'll leave it like that. Maybe get a little better view. All right. They're very cramped in here. I don't know what frames he used. But yeah, they shifted a little bit, so we got some fat frames in here. But this thing is so heavy. I was joking with him. I said, what'd you put, 5 fully capped frames of honey in there? He said, no, I put empty frames in there. So I just went over to his house last night and picked these up. And can you see anything? Hopefully. Oh, and I want to see if this has a marked queen in it. If it has I only had one queen over there marked. She was marked pink. That was the only color marker I had. All right, so they've only been in here less than 2 weeks. So they got some capped brood there. A little bit of honey, pollen, all that crap. Give them an empty frame in the brood nest so they can draw out a nice foundationless brood frame for me, and then I'll give them some space to store a little bit of stores. I haven't fed anybody at all this year. I'm seriously considering not feeding at all and just letting everybody do what they got to do to survive and rob, because I don't want to go through all that hassle of feeding like I did last year to end up with so much capped honey and capped sugar in the spring. It's annoying. He's got some brood there. This would be a booming nuke if somebody wanted one. I'm gonna leave those two together. All right, what do we got here in the middle? I think he said he put an undrawn plastic foundation in the middle. Like bare foundation. So if they did, that's pretty crazy, because this thing's totally drawn. I got these hard-working bees here, man. These ain't no joke bees. Yeah, it's totally, pollen bound, nectar bound everywhere. gonna give them a perfectly empty frame in the middle of that. I don't like splitting my brood nest apart with plastic foundation. It's just like you're just putting a freaking brick wall right in between everything. Maybe it works for people. I don't know. That's fine. I just don't do it. I don't like it. I don't really like using foundation. Oh man. Oh, heard a little crunch there. Not good. Let's see. I have to wear